news channel after news channel after news channel. Ever wonder why they report the same news? This is Wake Up America.
Brought to you by Citizen Stringer.
The media has become absolute lunacy. What makes us different? We just tell the truth. Daily headlines, politics, social issues, focusing on headlines that the mainstream media ignores. Conservative to the core and honest, sometimes to a fault. Unapologetically American. Welcome to Wake Up America with your host, Stephen Oatley.
Well, hello. Welcome to the show. It's nice to see you. So we're doing a live show during the lunch break that I'm going to air at 5 o'clock, and then everyone that happens to be watching the daytime show, well, you get the privilege of watching this twice, I guess, because whatever. So if you're watching this at 5 o'clock tonight, it's not live. Newsflash, and I know a lot of you hate it, but it's probably going to be the first time you've seen it at 5 o'clock, so whatever. Deal with it. Anyway, my name is Steve. The show is called Wake Up America. It's your evening dose into real news, whether you like it or not. Today is, what is today? The 21st. It's a Thursday. Nice day. Nice day. My son's birthday is tomorrow, so I will not be doing any live shows tomorrow night because we're going to the movies. We're going to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is in the movie theater tomorrow. And we're going to a place where you get to drink. So that should be fun. In-laws are coming down. It's going to be an interesting couple of days. So I likely won't be live at all this weekend, but of course, we have our 24/7 programming on citizenstringer.tv, and it's quite impressive. This show was sponsored by SpartanArmorSystems.com. Use code YEET, and you get 5% off your order of all your favorite body armor gear. Plus, they have hats, they have hoodies, they have shirts, they have pouches, they have plate carriers, level 4 ceramic, all that stuff. Visit them, SpartanArmorSystems.com, and use code YEET, and you get 5% off your order. That's a hell of a deal, so you better go take advantage of that deal. I guess the first thing we're going to talk about is the trial today. And a lot of people were like, Steve, why are you showing this, man? This is stupid. Why are you showing Johnny Depp? Why not? What am I going to show? Okay, and here's the thing. What am I going to show? Am I going to show Joe Biden saying he's committing another $800 million of U.S. taxpayer funds to pay for a war that we're not, nor should we be involved in Ukraine? No, because, well, that's exactly what happened today. Joe Biden got up and mumbled for a few minutes and took very little questions. And, announced that he's giving $800 million in addition to the $800 million that he gave last week, in addition to the $1.2 billion he gave like 3 weeks ago. So we're already sitting at like $2.5 billion right now that he's allocated to a foreign government so they can protect their borders. And you wonder why we kind of sit back and go, what? This doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense because why are we paying a country to protect their borders when we're not paying a country to protect their borders like ours? It's like, why wouldn't we pay our country to protect our borders? You would think that would be some sort of important thing. But it's not. So instead of covering, the bull crap that goes on in D.C., today I decided that I'd cover this Johnny Depp defamation case. So for just a little bit of background, just in case anybody doesn't care, and I'm going to say it anyway, Johnny Depp is an actor. You're welcome. I know, I just broke the internet with my knowledge. Yeah, anyway, Johnny Depp is the guy, the bonehead, drug addict bonehead, that played Pirates of the Caribbean Chief Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. He was also in that movie where they were drug users. I forgot what the movie was called. Burn or something like that. I don't remember what the movie was called. But that movie was better than this one. I almost watched that last night because I was bored, and I was like, let me watch this. I think Penelope Cruz was in that movie. Blow. That's what it was called. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting because he is suing his ex-wife. What's her name? Amber Heard or something like that. She's apparently an actress. She was in Waterboy. No. Waterworld. No. Waterman. I don't know. Aquaman. There you go. She was in Aquaman apparently as some vixen or who gives a shit? I don't really care. These are the elite of the elite. So these are not like the Hollywood people that speak out on politics. These are like here is like a normal, Hollywood elite, and here's, whatever this bonehead's name is. What's his name again? Johnny Depp. He's way up there. And apparently we're learning a lot of weird stuff in this trial. Yesterday, he was on the stand all day long testifying about, from his perspective. He speaks really weird considering he's from Kentucky. I always thought he was from Europe or something like that. We learned some weird stuff yesterday. We learned about his family life. We learned that he had major problems with drug addiction, and he likes some MDMA and wine. He drinks wine. I'm sure he drinks it like with his pinky up too. And then we also learned that his ex-wife, Amber Heard, or we should call her Amber Turd, because she apparently took a poop on his bed. I don't give a shit about anything else. That woman is guilty. She took a poop on his side of the bed, literally, and tried to blame it on a 4-pound dog, but it was like a massive pile of poop. Like a human being literally sat down and squatted and shat on his side of the bed. Isn't that just something crazy? Anyway, she sits in court, and I'll be honest, she's an attractive lady, but she scares the shit out of me because she looks like she wants to skin you alive. Just literally the way the camera is, they must have a camera right behind Johnny Depp's ears, because the camera, sometimes she's staring at it and you're like, oh God, you get cold inside because you feel like she's just ripped off your skin. She's a scary looking lady. I don't care what anybody has to say. And a lot of people are like, why would you say she looks like she wants to skin a human being? She looks like a nice lady. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Yeah, she may be a good looking lady. She looks like she would be a serial killer, and she'd get a lot of people to do the killing because she's that kind of person. But anyway, This lawsuit, apparently in 2018, she wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post, the commie news outlet, whatever. She wrote an op-ed for them, basically saying, hey, guess what? Johnny Depp, without naming him, abused her. She became the face of domestic violence, which in turn, absolutely, killed Johnny Depp's career. Whatever career he had left. I think he was filming Pirates of the Caribbean 75 or something like that. I don't know. That's literally, what other movie do you know from him? He was in the movie about the Doors. I remember that. He was in the movie Blow, and he was in Pirates of the Caribbean. Couldn't name any other movies. Couldn't do it. Don't know any others. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Someone said, watch out, she will get you for defamation. Or is it defecation? I have no idea. But anyway, she's a nutbag. And they're both equally nuts, okay? And apparently she's going to take the stand too, and it's going to send shivers down everyone's spine, okay? But she apparently is going to take the stand in her defense because Johnny Depp, this lawsuit is Johnny Depp suing her for defamation of character because of the horrible things she wrote, even though he says he's never hit a woman and all that stuff. Because of the horrible things she wrote, he alleges that he lost his ability to work and make a living, and it's cost him millions and millions of dollars. So he's suing her for $50 million. And I think she currently has a defamation lawsuit against him that isn't quite in trial yet, which is going to be interesting because they're going to use all this stuff in it. And apparently there was a trial out west, far east, actually, in London. Apparently there was a trial over there where Johnny Depp testified, and they're using a lot of the text messages that were involved in that trial. They're using a lot of those text messages here. Johnny Depp seems like he was an idiot, and he said a lot of really crazy stuff, like something like burning her and burning her and then doing awful things to her corpse. And you can't really be that surprised if you've ever listened to any DMX, because DMX said pretty much what Johnny Depp wrote. DMX had a whole song about it. Yeah. Why do I know that? I have no idea, but I do. Isn't that what he does? Doesn't he bark? Isn't that DMX? Doesn't he bark? I don't know. Whatever. It's been one of those days. I've been in meetings and doing the live streams all day. So we've been watching that to try to take a break from everything else. If you're watching on Twitch and you don't like the ads, maybe you should subscribe. It costs $5 a month and it really helps us out, and then you don't see any ads. Otherwise, stop complaining about it. Anywho, so that pretty much does it. Now you're all caught up with this. Now, right now, even though you're watching this live tonight, but this is a recorded episode that I'm broadcasting live right now during the day, they're on lunch break. So they're going to come back. Johnny Depp's going to take the stand and he's going to keep calling the attorney, by weird names and all that stuff. And he's going to forget his accent and then it's going to come back and then he's going to forget his accent. But there's a lot of weird things. Who's the guy the actor, James Franco. James Franco, and I like him. I think he's a good actor. He apparently may be testifying. Elon Musk apparently may be testifying because after why do I keep saying Brad Pitt? They all look alike. After Johnny Depp, apparently Amber Heard or Turd shit on Elon Musk's bed. Allegedly. She didn't really shit on his bed. I don't know. He probably sleeps on the spaceship. But no, he apparently, Elon Musk and Heard dated each other or something like that. And so Elon Musk may have some valuable insight to provide as to how completely, utterly batshit crazy she appears to be. I'm not saying she is. She appears to be pretty nutty. Like, here's the thing. Like, I was thinking about this yesterday, right? So Johnny Depp was talking about it yesterday. He's like, every time I came home from my movie, because he has this weird accent where it's like British and not British and then British again and not British. And, he's like, I used to get home from the movie and I'd sit down on the couch and here comes Amber and she'd unlace my boots and hand me a glass of wine. And then one day she was busy and I came home and she was busy. So I sat down and I took off my own boots and she came in my own boots and she came and she flipped out saying, that's my job. I take off your boots. Here's your glass of wine. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, is that what really being rich is? Where they take off your boots for you? Like, what? And then I was like, what's he wearing? And then when she apparently cut his finger off when she threw a vodka bottle at him and then she hit him with doors and stuff like that. And she's on video, or I don't know if it was a video or an audio. She's on audio of like apparently saying that she slapped him. She didn't punch him. She slapped him. I don't know what my fascination with this trial is. I really don't, but I am. I'm fascinated with it. And in the beginning, I was like, fuck that. I don't give a shit. I don't jump on board with that Hollywood stuff. Who cares? Who gives a flying? You know what I mean? But I'm quite enjoying it. I have to say myself. I was really surprised. He's sitting there and he's talking, and every now and then Johnny Depp like cracks a joke or something, and everybody laughs, including the defense attorney. He'll be like, "Well, you've been asking me for 5 minutes," and everyone laughs. Like, he's like, "I don't want to waste the court's time," and then Johnny Depp's like, "Well, maybe you better be better prepared and not take 5 minutes looking for a document." And everybody laughs, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this? Is this a real trial?" It's really perplexing to me. But yeah, so I mean, it's a fun way to waste the day. It's a little break from the news cycle because, again, what do we have to report on? Mass shootings, families killed, Mike Tyson beating the shit out of someone on an airplane. Oh yeah, Mike Tyson beat the shit out of someone on an airplane. That dude, you want to talk about lawsuits? The guy who was taunting Mike Tyson for hours and hours and hours on a flight got those hands. The video's on TMZ. It's also on citizenstringer.com, where Mike Tyson was just like, he's sitting there in his like first class ticket, and he's just sitting there waiting. And this guy's like, "Yo, you Mike Tyson? You Mike Tyson?" He's getting all up in his face and laughing to the cameras. Then the video cuts out, which is really suspicious, in the first place. And then you see Mike Tyson, whacka, 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 beating the bricks off somebody on an airline. So that's kind of funny because and apparently there's been no charges yet, but the guy got medical aid and then immediately went to the police. Of course he did. He's going. I guarantee right now every sleazebag lawyer, like, this is going to be a really long recess for this court case, the Johnny Depp and Amber Turd. It's going to be a really long recess. You know why? Because they just heard Mike Tyson beat up someone on an airplane. They want to go find out who that guy is. You want to talk about some big ass money right there. Mike Tyson has a lot of money. I don't know what his net worth is. But man, I would love to get punched in the face by Mike Tyson. I'll be completely honest. Like, I would probably be sitting behind Mike Tyson, hitting his seat over and over and over, like over and over and over, just hoping that he would turn around and punch me in the face. So I could be like, "Oh, I got paid. Like, all those tigers that you kept, Mike Tyson, they're mine." Like, that's what this guy is doing. But apparently he was taunting Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson did what any normal person does that gets taunted over and over. You turn around and you beat the bricks off him. And he'll have to deal with the consequences of doing it. So it'll be interesting. Someone said it's not Mike Tyson, it's Mike Tyson. Yeah, I think I'm saying it fine. Tyson's down to his last 50K probably. Yeah, I don't know because I don't actually know. It didn't look like he was flying. Like it looked like he could have been commercial. He could have been flying commercial. He may not even have been up in that first class. I really don't know. I've flown first class once, and that's just because I paid the $20. They had a seat, and I was like, mine? Really? Okay. And I didn't even drink or anything. I just had more room. But it's very interesting. Someone said, I have no idea why he speaks the way he does. Just Johnny Boy forgot where he came from a long time ago, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. And you know what's really weird? Because there's this, they've been plugging Blow heavy on Netflix. So I watched the preview for it yesterday, and it was such a contrast in the way Johnny Depp talks now. Because you know that scene in Blow where he's talking to the attorney, or he's talking to the judge, and that judge is like, you were selling drugs, bail set $25,000, whatever. But when you listen to him speak there versus how he is now, it's really weird. And here's the thing that I'm impressed with, and I know I just went back from Mike Tyson beating up someone on the airplane back to Johnny Depp. But the thing that's interesting about this case is I keep waiting for Johnny Depp to like lose it. You know what I mean? To just completely lose his composure. And he seems not to be doing it. He seems to like have his shit together a little bit, and he's not really losing his composure, whatever. So I find that pretty interesting, if you ask me. But, and here's some breaking news too. That's, oh shit. Here's some breaking news too. Apparently Elon Musk has, secured a total of $46.5 billion from other investors, apparently to potentially offer a tender offer, which is, and I don't really understand, so don't hold me to this, but for anyone that doesn't know, Elon Musk, incredibly rich, made a shit ton of money with Tesla and Facebook, PayPal and all that stuff. He has taken offense to Twitter's blatant censorship of everybody, and he made them an offer at $54 a share for all available shares to take the company private. The board rejected that. They put some sort of cap or something. I forgot what it's, a poison pill. They put that in place, essentially threatening to dilute all their shares and add more shares out to the general public, which would dilute the value of the shares, effectively not bankrupting, but severely harming the stockholders of said company. If anyone acquires more than 15%. So apparently what a tender offer is where the offer to purchase a company circumvents the board. So now if he actually does the tender offer, all of the stock owners, from what I understand, they would then have the option of exercising the deal. And don't hold me to that because I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm trying to seem like I do. But I think I probably did a pretty good job. But apparently he secured a bunch of money. He secured about $25.5 billion in debt financing through Morgan Stanley senior funding and other firms. And he has committed about $21 billion in equity financing. The other participating firms that are involved in this possible tender offer are allegedly Bank of America, Barclays, MUFG, Societe Generale, and Mizuho Bank and BNP Paribas. I don't even know what any of those are. Musk has not yet determined if he'll make a tender offer for Twitter or whether he will take other steps to further the proposal, according to a new filing today. A Twitter spokesperson confirmed the company has received his proposal, saying, as previously announced and communicated to Mr. Musk directly, the board is committed to conducting a careful, comprehensive, and deliberate review to determine the course of action that it believes is in the best interest of the company and all Twitter stockholders, the spokesperson said in the statement. Now, last week, as you all know, Musk offered to buy Twitter for $54.20 per share, or about $43 billion. On Friday, Twitter adopted a limited duration shareholder rights plan, often referred to as a poison pill, in an effort to fend off a potential hostile takeover. Musk, who's the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, in recent weeks has amassed more than 9% stake in the company. Twitter then extended an offer to Musk to have him join the board on the condition that he couldn't buy any more than 14.9% of the firm. Musk reversed course and instead made a bid to take Twitter private. CNBC's David Faber explained on Thursday Thursday's episode of Squawk on the Street that Musk will be unable to finalize a tender offer for Twitter with the poison pill defense in place, saying you have to have a negotiation with the board. He said that is yet to happen. Musk first teased of a tender offer on Monday when he posted a cryptic tweet that said, "Love me tender." So Musk is just really going, I wish Musk would like watch this video and be like, you know what, this guy Steve, he's trying to build a news organization that's incredible. He's launching a state of the art coffee tech company that no one's really going to understand the premise of because, well, he's not saying it until it's fully out there. And let me inject $1 billion into that guy. Can you imagine what kind of damage I could do with $1 billion? Just one. I could literally change the world. With $1 billion, I could change the world. Facts. But nope, instead, we have to work for our money. We have to work hard and keep doing it. Now I got to hire a software developer and then pull that money out of my ass to pay them. But apparently that's what we're going to do. Because we're going to keep breaking the way news is reported and while serving some incredible coffee. Anyway, did you guys know that we have our own coffee line, puretruthcoffee.com? It's some of the best freaking coffee you've ever had. And if you use a code that I don't know what right now, nothing. Don't worry. Buy full price for the coffee. It helps us even more because I don't know what the promo code was. Wow, I'm really good at this. But yeah, what else? So Minneapolis police, actually not Minneapolis. Hold on. Oh, shit. Had the wrong mouse there. Got all sorts of computers. It's hard to do this job, believe it or not. So in Duluth, Minnesota, unfortunately, we got some sad news out of Duluth. The Duluth Police Department announced that at the end of a conclusion of an hours-long standoff, 5 people and a dog were found dead inside a home. Police stated that 5 individuals appear to be related. The suspect, a man, is among the 5 people that were killed. The incident happened on the 700 block of East 12th Street on Wednesday, according to the police department. According to a press release from the Duluth Police Department, the situation began around 11:18 a.m. Wednesday morning after the Hermantown Police Department responded to conduct a welfare check. Hermantown PD was unable to contact the individual to conduct a welfare check. They made the decision to reach out to the Duluth Police Department with information that led the DPD to the 700 block of East 12th Street. Due to the intelligence discovered, numerous law enforcement and public safety agencies responded to the scene. That home that agencies responded to was known to the subject as well. Before DPD arrived at the scene at 12:29 p.m., officers had obtained information that the suspect had access to weapons. When they received that information, requests were made to the Superior Police Department and St. Louis County Sheriff's Department for additional assistance and SWAT officers and all that. Eventually, after a search of the property, the Duluth Police Department was able to enter the home and located 5 deceased people and a deceased dog. It is believed that the individuals are all related to each other. However, their names have not been released until next of kin have been notified. Duluth Police Chief Mike Tuscan did not provide any details about the nature of their deaths during a news conference on Wednesday. He described the incident as an unimaginable tragedy that struck our community, one that is very, very, very difficult for us. Duluth Mayor Emily Larson wrote in a statement on Twitter that things happened today that cannot be undone. We are a community in pain and in shock, sharing sorrow for the loss of our people, she added. My heart, like yours, absolutely hurts for the pain of the loved ones and the fear people likely experienced on their final days here with us. Now, this is an active and ongoing investigation. No additional information is available at the time of publication. We will update that story. That is available on citizenstringer.com, so make sure you check it out. Now, some new news. We heard the other day a federal judge, apparently a Trump appointee, like that fucking matters instead of someone that's just a federal judge. But a federal judge removed the mask mandates, the CDC's extension of the mask mandate, saying, well, the CDC didn't provide any evidence to why that was even warranted. So everyone was in enjoyment. Everyone laughed. Everyone cheered. The videos shared all over social media of people celebrating on planes and airports, businesses everywhere. It's amazing, right? You don't need to wear these masks anymore. But unfortunately, that's going to be short-lived, apparently, because the U.S. Justice Department announced it would appeal the judge's ruling that ended the federal mask mandates on public transportation and airplanes this week. On Monday, April 18th, U.S. District Judge Catherine Kimball Mizell ruled that the mandates, which apply to planes, trains, and other public transportation, were unlawful. On Wednesday, the CDC released a statement saying it had asked the DOJ to proceed with an appeal, saying that it is CDC's continuing assessment that at this time, an order requiring masking in the indoor transportation corridor remains necessary for the public health. CDC will continue to monitor public health conditions to determine whether such an order remains necessary. CDC believes this is a lawful order, well within CDC's legal authority to protect public health. American, Delta, and United are among several other airlines that have dropped the mask mandates, making it optional for their customers and employees. Some airlines made the announcement while in flights to cheers, applause, and even a flight attendant breaking into song, while others gathered on social media and posted their disapproval and vowed to continue wearing their masks. This comes in the heels of the CDC announcing in early April that they had made the determination to end Title 42 on May 23rd. The order has allowed the U.S. to deport illegal aliens due to COVID-19 concerns since 2020. There are bipartisan actions being taken in an attempt to pause the order's termination without having another deterrent in place over warnings it will cause a massive wave of illegal border crossings, which it apparently is going to. I believe 20 Democrats have also signed on to object to Title 42 being revoked, which is quite impressive. We also have some breaking news right now. So let me try to go to the original one. I don't know. So there's apparently something going on at the UC Berkeley saying apparently earlier it was reported that UC Berkeley campus has received a shelter-in-place notice that was issued by police due to an emergency situation that's not specified in the alert. Police instructed people on campus wide to go inside and move away from doors and windows due to police activity on campus. Further information wasn't known. However, UC Police Berkeley issued 2 updates on Twitter just moments ago saying there is not an active shooter on campus. Police are actively looking for a person who may want to harm specific individuals. Please continue to shelter in place at this time and stay tuned to Twitter for updates, they said. A campus-wide emergency alert had been issued. Campus police are investigating a credible campus-wide threat. Please go inside and move away from the doors and windows. If you are not on campus, please stay away from the area. Facility services are locking buildings on campus. Shelter-in-place emergency personnel are responding. And they will be giving updates every 15 minutes. And you could follow them on, I guess, look up UC Berkeley Police on Twitter, and you'll be able to find it. And they're providing constant updates on their Twitter account as to what the hell is going on over there. Oh, my nose. I think it's just when I talk a lot that I end up getting all stuffy. I don't know why. It's very peculiar. What else do we got? What else? There was a border article I wanted to read, but I think I just lost it. So here's our disorder on the border report that Lauren writes for us every single day has gotten a little crazy. Not because it's like not good. No, it's gotten crazy because there's just so much freaking shit going on in this country. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff going on. I just realized I forgot to do something and I need to get it ready for this show. So hang tight, boys and girls. Hang tight. But I got to download this because I got to play this. I got to play this video in a minute, but I have to download it to this computer because I have a special thing for you at the end of this recording. And unfortunately, it was supposed to be live, and this video that I'm uploading and that I'm going to play at the conclusion of this video will be playing, or I will upload it to social media independent and all that. Anyway, our disorder at the border report. You guys ready for this? Part one, we had to separate it. Part 1 of the Disorder at the Border Weekly Roundup lists as many reports of narcotic seizures as we can find. Most of what we see happens in Texas, but Arizona and New Mexico have checked in a few times this week. During the first 6 months of fiscal year 2022, U.S. Customs and Border Protection statistics show agents and officers at the southwest border intercepted 150,000 pounds of drugs. The top four are meth, which tops the list at 84,000 pounds, followed by marijuana, 43,000 pounds, cocaine, 10,600 pounds, and fentanyl, 5,000 pounds. In Arizona, on April 11th, officers seized 110 pounds of meth that was concealed within the fuel tank doors and spare tires of two vehicles at the port of San Luis. On April 12th, agents at Nogales Station and their canine team discovered and seized 85 pounds of fentanyl that was concealed in a vehicle. On April 13th, officers seized 64.90 pounds of methamphetamine with an estimated street value of $152,000 concealed within a vehicle. On April 17th, agents at the I-19 checkpoint seized methamphetamine and fentanyl from two U.S. citizens traveling on a shuttle bus who were attempting to conceal the drugs by strapping them to their bodies. And there's photos of all these drug smuggling buses, which you can find on citizenstringer.com. Look up border report. Or disorder, border, whatever. In New Mexico, the El Paso sector has seen its share of bullshit too. Officers at the Port of Columbus seized 27 pounds of heroin hidden in multiple bundles within a vehicle arriving from Mexico. On April 11th, officers at the Port of Columbus seized 451 pounds of marijuana that was found hidden inside a truck. In El Paso, Texas, officers working in El Paso ports of entry seized 18 pounds of cocaine, 27 pounds of heroin, and 78 pounds of marijuana just last weekend. On April 8th, during a vehicle inspection at the Paso del Norte border crossing, canines detected the presence of narcotics in a vehicle driven by a 24-year-old male U.S. citizen, by the way. Inspection revealed 7 packages of cocaine weighing a total of 18 pounds concealed within the vehicle. On April 10th, a canine alerted to a vehicle driven by a 63-year-old U.S. citizen arriving from Mexico. Inspection revealed 75 bundles of marijuana weighing 78 pounds hidden within the vehicle. And on April 12th, officers at the Paso del Norte border crossing inspected a vehicle driven by a 19-year-old female, also a U.S. citizen, and discovered 4.54 pounds of cocaine. At the Bridge of the Americas, officers inspected a vehicle driven by a 23-year-old male U.S. citizen and discovered packages of cocaine weighing 12.43 pounds hidden within the vehicle. On April 13th, also at the Bridge of the Americas, officers inspected a vehicle driven by a 28-year-old female, also a U.S. citizen, and discovered 6 bundles of heroin weighing 14.20 pounds and 1 bundle of cocaine weighing 2.7 pounds concealed within the vehicle. A few hours later, at the very same location, officers encountered a vehicle driven by a 21-year-old male, a U.S. citizen, who was attempted to smuggle 108.5 pounds of marijuana into the country. Now in Laredo, 2 separate incidents, $380,000 worth of cocaine was intercepted at the Hilgado International Bridge. On April 10th, inspection of a vehicle arriving from Mexico was found to contain 5 packages of cocaine weighing 11.81 pounds. And on April 11th, an inspection of a vehicle arriving from Mexico revealed 15 packages of cocaine weighing 27.69 pounds concealed within the vehicle. You would think we're done, right? But I think it's important for us to cover all this because we always hear about the human smuggling, but we don't hear about the drugs all the time. So now you hear about it. In the Rio Grande Valley sector on April 12th, just after midnight, agents and DPS troopers observed a group of approximately 15 subjects walking away from the Rio Grande near Roma. Some were carrying large bundles suspected of being marijuana. Several suspects were observed loading into a Ford Expedition in a commonly used pickup area that illegal aliens use for narcotics and human smuggling. As agents approached the vehicle, occupants fled into the brush. 2 bundles of marijuana weighing 116 pounds and valued at more than $93,000 were seized, and 13 illegals from Mexico, Central America, and the Dominican Republic were apprehended. Among the group was a 4-year-old boy and his mother from Guatemala. The driver of the vehicle was not found. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, during the month of March, agents and officers seized over 43,000 pounds of narcotics. Insane numbers, and I think it's very important for us to really just highlight those insane numbers because, well, frankly, they're insane. And we have our duty. Our duty is to do it. Now, also, there was a Maryland police officer. I think a Yonkers police officer was actually shot last night. He's in critical condition from what I understand, the last I heard. But a Maryland police officer in Laurel was shot, I believe, Wednesday while serving a warrant for an attempted murder case. The Laurel Police Department said officers were trying to carry out a search and arrest warrant in the 100 block of Bryant Court around 6 p.m. Tuesday, not Wednesday. A suspect was inside the home and he fired at officers when the emergency response team announced themselves. One officer was struck and was being treated for non-life-threatening injuries at a hospital. Yes, there was a shooting last night in Yonkers, too, from what I understand. I believe it was an officer that was attached to an FBI task force. And when they went to arrest a suspect, the officer was shot in the stomach region, and an FBI agent shot and fatally shot that suspect. I believe there's a shooting in Minnesota too, an officer involved shooting in Minnesota last night, because I heard something about that. So we'll have to wait and see. But this video is almost downloaded. It's a big video. It's not long, but it's high quality. And this video is going to be something else. This is by our new videographer, Sarah, that's out and about doing stuff. So once that's done, I'm going to upload that, and that's probably how I'm going to wrap up the show. We're going to go back to our live coverage of the Johnny Depp bullshit after I play this video in a few minutes. But yeah, it's been a pretty interesting day, just in general, pretty interesting day today. It's Thursday, so that's always good. It's been a relatively cold, day today. I think right now, if I check on our website here, what's our weather? It says, and I don't know how accurate it is, because it says 52 degrees. I think today we have a high of like 63 here, which is still pretty cold. Pretty cold, It ain't that warm, as the kids say. Do they say that? It ain't that warm? I think they do. And if not, they should. But so in a few minutes, I'm going to be playing a mini documentary about the trucker protests. First, the Canada trucker protests, and then the trucker protests that we saw in Hagerstown and across the country. And this is the little 6.5-minute mini doc that Sarah made for us. And I think it's amazing, and I want everyone to play it. And when I upload it tonight, I think I'm going to premiere it again on social media, so it's not going to premiere out until probably 9 o'clock. But I want you to share it, and I want you to share it because it's a good video, and I'll upload it on citizenstringer.tv as well, so everyone can watch it for free. We're about 21 seconds away from me getting this ready to upload. You know what I mean? It takes some time. It takes some time to do this the right way. You know what I'm saying? You may not know, but yeah. What is this input right here? Let me see. No. Don't scan. What did I just do? Oh, shit. Oh, that's the other thing. There we go. Let's figure it out. So yeah, we're just waiting. I think they said they're coming back at 10 after 2 as well for the Johnny Depp trial. So this is all gonna work together pretty well if you ask me. Hold on, this is gonna be weird. Ready? Oh shit! See the green screen behind me now. This is really nice. I'm very, very prepared by this. Watch, boom. That's a weird, ugly brick, but that's fine because I have to do that so I could do this. Ready? And now I'm gonna play this video, and then everyone else, we will see you tomorrow. And yeah, everyone that's watching on social media currently right now, we will see you with our further coverage of the Johnny Depp trial immediately. But check out this documentary. All right, it's good. Mini doc coming at you now.
A brand new border ban could produce a ripple effect here in Western New York. Canada says truck drivers will not be allowed to enter the country if they're not vaccinated.
It all started a couple days ago in Delta, BC. Truckers protesting vaccine mandates at the border.
Why did you come out here?
The past couple of years, I've been watching what our government has been doing. The slippery slope we've been falling down. Governments don't often give back control once they've had it.
The Freedom Convoy, that's what they call themselves. It's snowballed now to sort of blockade in Canada for days. We've seen chaos in Ottawa.
It's amazing how people think that we're here
Because we want to be. I want to go back to work. Trudeau already took my job away 3 weeks ago.
Over the past few days, Canadians were shocked and frankly disgusted.
Swastikas and Nazi flags were seen at the Freedom Convoy protest in Ottawa over the weekend.
How much vitriol do we have to see of honk honk, which is an acronym for Hail Hitler?
A lot of the citizens of Ottawa and Centertown feel that they can't even leave their homes safely.
For the first time in our history, by police checkpoints, 100 police checkpoints, the soft glove approach is starting to shift.
I want to be very clear. We are not intimidated.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau invoked the Emergencies Act for the first time. It will allow for stronger enforcement.
What is this lady doing? Trampling horses. Trampling. Stop it.
Okay. I'm trying.
I call it a siege because that's what it is. It's an illegal occupation.
What's happening here is not being what's told in the media. It's been peaceful the whole time, the last 3 weeks. We're actually coming together as one, which is what the government's afraid of.
So far, no one from the federal, provincial, or municipal government has spoken directly with us. Instead, they are using you, the media, to portray us as racists, misogynists, and even terrorists.
I actually saw the guy with a swastika flag.
So it was a real thing?
It was a real thing, but this is what they didn't tell you. He was going around with the flag saying, "Is this what you want for our country?"
Really?
This is what Trudeau is going to turn our flag into if we allow this draconian fascism to continue.
We are divided, with both sides angry and fearful of each other.
We saw people on the side of the street with their signs at 10 o'clock at night, 40 below in the weather, standing there with their signs and telling us that we're their only hope. How did we get here? And why?
The fear that they talk about, it's their fear of losing power.
If your truck is being used in these illegal blockades, your corporate accounts will be frozen.
We went the other day on Monday to try to withdraw $100,000 worth of bank drafts to give to the truckers. They said, "Oh, sorry, your account's frozen."
These changes cover all forms of transactions, including digital assets, such as cryptocurrencies.
This is definitely overreach by the government without correct due process.
If they get us out of here, we're going to set up something else, but we're not going to give up.
It appears to be spreading, and there are copycat convoys.
Based on what we heard from radio traffic, at some points the convoy was stretching 8 miles long.
Organizers have dubbed it, quote, the People's Convoy, and they are planning to take part in truckers' protests at the nation's capital.
In the meantime, U.S. President Joe Biden announced last week the national emergency will be extended.
They are trying to make these mandates into laws. If it becomes a law, we become involuntary servants. They are turning our country into one massive, huge slave ship. And I don't know about you, but I'm not signing up for that cruise line.
This message is for the President of the United States of America. We are asking you to end the state of emergency, end the mandates once and for all.
For a second day in a row, D.C. police closed several highway exits as the trucker convoy rolled through again today.
You guys aren't stopping anywhere. You're not blocking anything. You're just driving.
Yep, and apparently the D.C. Metro, that is illegal.
The government, our elected officials of both parties have failed us tremendously these last 2 years, and now it's time for us, we, the people, to fix this.
Now is your time to usher in a renaissance time of freedom.
This is a global issue. This isn't a right issue or a left issue. It's time that the people are heard. It's time that the people stand up. It is time that the government is reminded that they work for us. Restore our freedoms.
Do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people.